In this video, I'm going to share with you the tips that my barber shared with me when I did the big chop, and these tips have really helped in growing long hair, and they could possibly help you. So watch this video to the very end and let's just get right to it. So a few years ago, I did the big chop. I went to my older sister and I said, can you cut my hair? At the time I had about like just past my shoulders length hair. So I was like, can you cut my hair and shave it? And then afterwards I'll go to the barber to like clean it up. So when she did the big chop, I was in her kitchen. I was sitting in a chair and I had my hair up in a ponytail and I told her to just cut it. The thought of like shaving my head gave me all kinds of anxiety. So I told my sister to just cut my ponytail and then we'll go from there. So I put my hair in a ponytail and she cut it off, and it was like no going back from there. So she cut it off and she also shaved my head. And when I shaved my head, I was so shocked because it's not something that I would do. It's not, you know, in my culture, they really love when girls have long hair in the Haitian culture. So the next day I said to myself, I'm gonna go to the barber shop and get it all cleaned up. I felt like because I had gone bald, I had to really put out my femininity. So I figured I'd put a dress on and then go to the barber shop. So I go to the barber shop and there are like 3 barbers and, you know, a whole bunch of guys, because that's where you can find a lot of guys, is at the barbershop, right? So I go in, I sit down, and I'm like hella nervous and still in shock of what I did. And this one barber was like, oh, okay, wow, you're bald. And I was like, yeah. So the owner of the shop, which was a barber, came up to me and said, oh, okay, so wow, you shaved your head. And I said, yeah, I shaved my head for the first time yesterday and I just wanted to get it cleaned up, right? Now, mind you, I already feel a little awkward rocking the bald head, even though I loved it. It's just something that I had to get used to. I'm so used to having, you know, shoulder length hair and whatever. And he was like, I don't understand, why would you do that? And I was like, oh, I just wanted a fresh start. I wanted something new. And 2 out of the 3 barbers were looking at me like for real? Like, and then he asked me again, he was like, but I don't understand, if you wanted something new, why didn't you just do a new hairstyle? I was like, well, this is it. This is the new hairstyle, right? So anyways, he had somebody in his chair, so I got the 3rd guy that was like somewhere. He had long dreads and he was really cool, like chill, you know. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll take you, I'll clean you up. And I was like, okay. So I sat down in his chair and he was like, by the way, I really think it's great that you went bald. And I went like this. And I looked at him like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh. He was like, it looks so good on you. I was like, well, thank you. He was like, you know, a lot of people love long hair and it's great, but there's something about a person who can rock a bald head. And I was like, okay. So then he proceeded to shave my head. And so at this point, I'm feeling like really comfortable that I got this guy, you know, this barber. So he's telling me about my head and how my hair grows. He's like, yeah, your hair grows like this, because there's a way that your hair grows. Everyone's hair may grow a little different. So he's showing me how I should brush my hair and this, that, and the other. And he cleaned me up and he was like, you know, I want you to really enjoy this journey. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's like one of those hippie kind of black guys with long dreads, you know? He's like, I really want you to enjoy this journey. And I'm gonna give you some tips so that if you do want to grow long hair, what you can do. Number 1 is don't stress. And I'm like, okay. He's like, don't stress your hair, minimize your level of stress. And I'm like, okay. If you do tight styles, it can cause breakage. If you're stressed, your hair can fall out. So what he's saying, you know, is true. We stress our hair out by the way we comb it, and we stress about life. You know, it's hard to not stress about certain things, but at the same time, your hair may suffer from it. So he proceeded to tell me, you know, really enjoy every stage of your hair. Even the awkward stages, because it's really gonna grow you. Okay, maybe like this. Okay. If you like this video so far, please give it a like, and please be sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell icon so that these videos can come directly to your device. He's like, you should let your hair grow however it's gonna grow. Let your hair grow the way it wants to grow, and everyone's hair grows differently. Don't stress yourself that your hair isn't growing fast. Just, you know, enjoy this process of growing hair. Drink water, eat your fruits and vegetables, and put your hair goals on your vision board. So yeah, I'm so happy that I got that barber. As always, try and do or say something kind to someone today. You never know, it might go a long way. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Be sure to pick up your copy of my book, You Are the Problem and the Solution, if you are a single lady looking to get married or looking to be in a serious relationship.